Hello, fellow collectors. Today we're going to be talking about, from McFarlane Toys, Warhammer 40,000 Necron Soldier. Now you'll see here we have the Necron, a scarab, and a weapon, and behind him a stand. On the side we see the Warhammer image. On the back we get to see the Necron warrior, and we also see that we have a Ultramarines figure here, and I've yet to find him. I'm looking. So one day we'll get him in. And on the side here we have the actual figure himself. So let's get this figure weighed. And this figure comes in at 10.4 ounces. So let's get him out and see how cool he is. Okay, now that we have him out of the box, let's turn on some lights and get a look at this figure with his accessory. Now he does come with this huge gun. And I'll drop it. Now what I mean by huge is this thing is almost, comes up to the chest of the guy, so it's a big gun. Now as we look at the side here, there's a scarab here. We can see a little bit of detail in it. Okay, and now we come to the main character himself, the Necron warrior. Definitely the Terminator-esque dystopian alien robot comes to mind when you see this guy. We see some battle damage, and on the face here we have some dents and some cracks and things like that with the lifeless eyes. Let's have some parts hanging down here. So as we look on the side here, we see some great details in these characters. See some damage, battle damage, the non-even legs and things like that. So it's a great looking figure. Definitely something for the Ultramarines to fight. Now, before articulation goes, this guy can look up, a little bit down. He can turn his head left to right. It's basically a ball joint back here in the back. You can see the head here, just moving back and forth. And as far as the arms go, we get some nice ratcheted action for a T-pose. They do rotate all the way around. There is no bicep swivel, and there is this big elbow swivel. Now his wrist can rotate around. And as far as ab crunch goes, he has this parts in here that will let him go forward and backwards, which is kind of nice. So not really an ab crunch, but just a crunch. His waist does swivel around. And as far as his legs go, he can do a nice split and do a nice forward and backward movement. There is nothing hindering this guy. So as we look at the thighs, we do not see a swivel, but we see this big bend here for the knee to get the good 90 degrees, and his ball joints, ankle, and the fact that it goes forward and back. All right. So this is a nice, like I said before, nice figure for your Ultramarines to battle, other than the orc soldiers and things like that. Just getting him back to stand. He's a little stiff from being in the package. So when we get the tape measure out, we see that this guy comes in at 7 1/4, which is a good size figure. I could definitely see these figures battling Marvel Legends guys, since they are a little bit taller, alien race, or even battling the MC universe here. DCU. Oh boy, I'm looking at a Marvel character, then I say MCU. Oh boy. Okay, on with the show. So here he is standing next to a trader guard from Warhammer 40k, and we can see fits in nicely with that. So definitely could see these guys on opposite ends of the battlefield fighting. So overall, nice character. They are getting a little bit harder to find. Collectors are snatching these up. This guy I found on Amazon. Yeah, and it's going for a big price more than you would normally pay if you would have found it a long time ago. But you can see here he does have a handle here for his weapon, so you have to maneuver and get it just right for the hand. But definitely the big gun feel, more like a Gatling gun than anything. So yeah, so you'll need to maneuver, need to get these guys in just right. But once you do, they'll look great on your shelf. So until next time, guys, remember, like, subscribe, and keep collecting.